IRL 24/7. Brought to you by IRLNewstime.com. Tips for male IRL streamers. When you start streaming, please have multiple ways that you can collect your donations, okay? You don't just only want to have a PayPal. There's a lot of other payment processing choices that you have, such as Venmo or Cash App, but you want to have alternate methods as backups because jealous streamers will try to sabotage you if you're doing something groundbreaking or if you're getting a lot of attention. And also sometimes fans who find that they cannot control you with the donations will try to mess you up and get your accounts closed. So you always want to have backups. Another thing that you may want to think about doing is straight off the bat, once you figure out who you want to be, what your target audience is, really consider merchandising. A lot of people have merch. Get it, because your merchandise is a way for your viewership to show their appreciation. And if something happens to where you can't receive donations for whatever reason, because payment processing centers constantly change their terms of service and everything, people can at least buy your merchandise, and that's a legitimate sale. So, be it t-shirts, maybe bumper stickers, all kinds of things you can do. And again, I'm not sharing all of my ideas when it comes to ways that streamers can monetize themselves, because too many streamers who don't deserve my assistance watch me, but then they go and talk shit about me or attack me. You need to make sure that whatever your primary source of income is, meaning your regular job, because many streamers do have a regular job, make sure that whatever it is that you do for a living coincides with and can be integrated into your streaming. It shouldn't ever have to be something that's a secret, okay? Because people will try to use that as leverage against you. An example that recently happened that I can think of is that I heard something happened with OG Majestic Lion and his employment. It conflicted with his streaming, okay? But there's a lot of employment opportunities and jobs and whatnot to where it could actually feed into your streaming, okay? MC Frosty, for example. MC Frosty is a cryptocurrency educator. He's also a life coach. When I think about it, I wonder if he inspired Reformed Stoic too when it came to the life coaching. I bet he did. But everything that MC Frosty does feeds into his career also as a streamer. It does not conflict with it. I would say do not engage in activity on stream or off stream that could get you arrested, because that could be a streaming killer. Definitely don't say things or take political stances that you genuinely and authentically do not believe in. Everything I say about religion online or spirituality, I absolutely believe it. I believe that there is an attack on Christianity by people of the Jewish faith, and I'm really tired of it. I have been attacked ever since, and it's always been by people of the Jewish faith, and I do not know why this is. I've been attacked since I've been talking about colorism. I have been attacked since I made it known that I do not support BLM because of the defund the police agenda. I have been attacked every time I mention my faith in Christianity and Jesus Christ, and I don't like it. I know who was initially behind American slavery. It was people of the Jewish faith. No one wants to talk about it, but that's the reality. And I'm a Christian. I am not a Jewish person. And there is somebody of the Jewish faith who consistently is trying to equate me to Whoopi Goldberg for some reason. Maybe I do look like Whoopi Goldberg. I'm smart, I'm black, I'm talented, I'm intelligent. But I don't have the same level of tolerance that she does. And God forgive me for not having the same amount of tolerance as she does when it comes to individuals of the Jewish faith who consistently attack me. But I'm not Whoopi Goldberg. And this is not Ghost. If you are a male streamer, please be aware that you likely will be doxxed. So, look, I don't think that people should dox individuals unless they are involved in the abuse of minors, child abuse. or the abuse of women, or if they're involved in organized crime, okay? But you got a lot of mischief makers out there. So you have to be aware that regardless of what persona you decide to be, and the same thing goes for the adult entertainment industry, by the way, which is something that many have made known to young adult entertainers, you are going to have your real name out there. And if you have anyone directly in your life who is afraid of being doxxed, you need to be transparent with them, let them know that you are going to be a streamer, and let them know that their information may be put out there. Now, you may have to make a choice. And sometimes it's good to have to make such choices. You have to decide, okay, what's more important to me? Streaming or this person who's in my life? If you have to think about it, the choice by default is streaming. Because if you really have to think about it, considering the doxing risk, if it is a thing in their head, whoever's in your life, then you don't love that person. That's what it is. Okay? Now let's talk about chargebacks. There are people abusing the chargeback system when it comes to the IRL streamers, and the individuals who are doing it should be ashamed of themselves. A recent example as to how a large chargeback can negatively impact an IRL streamer is the situation between Egypt Beauty and the Ski Mask Show. Egypt Beauty did a major chargeback on Ski Mask David, and it didn't really so much affect his finances because he does save, but at the same time it hit him emotionally in a way, because for him money equates to energy. Maybe that's why I like Ski Mask David as much as I do, because that's how I view money. Money is the materialization of your hard work. And Ski Mask David does work very hard on creating entertaining streams for y'all. People aren't just fans of him because he's a cute guy. People are fans of him because he can stand in front of a goddamn bathroom mirror and still be entertaining. He can take phone calls from anonymous people who are even insulting him and turn the vibe of whatever insults he's receiving around and be entertaining. He's awesome. And when people see something like that, an energy like that, and they realize that they cannot own that energy or control that energy, they feel like, well, if I can't have it, nobody can. I'm just going to destroy the energy. So yeah, I think Egypt Beauty had a major crush on Ski Mask David. I think that Egypt Beauty figured, oh, well, maybe if I align myself with his ex, who is a complete sociopathic narcissist and psycho, alongside her even worse, diabolically evil mother, perhaps maybe I can, in some way, shape, or form, manipulate events to where finally I will get fucked by Ski Mask David. No. I don't think so, Egypt Beauty. So she realized that I think that her little ploy or her little plan wasn't going to work. So she decided, well, I gave him money, I can take it away. Well, that's wrong. Why'd you give him the money in the first place? But my whole point of even relating that backstory to all of you has to do with there being a lot of women like Egypt Beauty with such a mentality. It's kind of like a groupie mentality. You know, like rock and roll bands have groupies and whatnot. Actually, OG Majestic Lion, he defines a lot of his female viewership as groupies. And at first I thought that was a little bit harsh, but maybe he's on point. Because it's like walking a balance beam. It's a very fine line between interacting with and giving your viewership what they want, opposed to letting them too much into your life. Now, people who are true solid fans, they understand that you might flirt with them as a performer, but you're not going to sleep with them. But then there's other people to where they don't understand boundaries. I know that whole situation very well because when I was an adult entertainer, there were a lot of men who were fans of my cam shows. I used to do adult cam shows, okay? And some of the men, they didn't understand that I was earning a living. They thought that I was really their girlfriend. And there were some occasions to where I had to get restraining orders. There were some occasions to where men did try to sabotage my source of income, which was camming at that time. There was one time that a guy was acting like he was supportive of me, and then at the last minute, when I was trying to keep Porn News Today afloat, I was asking my fans for some additional donations, and I knew he could help me, but he didn't, because he wanted to see me fail. And to this day, I let him follow me on social media, but I don't talk to him anymore because I knew what his agenda was. And that happens sometimes. So when you're a female who's watching these streamers, you really need to look at them as legitimate celebrities, entertainers, and realize that even though you may watch their stream when you're going to sleep at night, they're not your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever, okay? So just be aware that there's going to be women who want the attention, who want the clout of being known in the IRL community as like a whale or a big donator, but who in actuality do not have the means or the funds to really donate to you the way that they want to be publicly known as a donator. Crystal Ann seems to be one of those women. I know that Chicken Andy had an issue with her recently, as have some other male streamers. And also, I just recently was told that Susie Rottencrotch does that too. She tries to control the behavior of the male streamers by threatening to charge back whatever donation she's giving. So be aware of those names: Egypt Beauty, Crystal Ann, Susie Rottencrotch. I'm sure that there's others. Okay, don't let your competition psych you out, male streamers. For some reason, there are some male streamers who are under the impression that there's only so many donations to go around, so they want to eliminate their competition by any means necessary. Just ignore the haters. As you see, I don't look at the chat nowadays until after I'm done with the streams, because people call me the N-word. They have all kinds of mean things to say about me. And I know it's not only racist or guys doing it. I know it's girls. There's female streamers who don't like what I'm up to. And to those female streamers, sorry you're fat. Don't sleep with your viewers. Don't sleep with your fans, male streamers. At first you might be like, ooh, so many girls are into me. But people like to gossip. So I don't think it's a good idea. Definitely network with other male streamers, okay? Network and cooperate. Don't hate, cooperate. Don't hate, cooperate. That's about it for today. I hope that those tips for male streamers help. A lot of the tips that I gave are actually tips that I've transposed from the cam girl world, because when I was a cam girl, I gave my peers tips as far as how to succeed in that world. And ironically, being a male streamer isn't much different. Being a male streamer is like being a cam boy in a way, because with women, we're not so much turned on by looking at your genitalia, men. We're turned on by your mind. Ski Mask Andy or Ski Mask David has mastered that art. It's an art to be able to seduce a person with your mind. Not everybody can do it. But if you want to be a successful cam man or cam woman even, that's what you have the ability to do. Seducing a person with your mind. And that's what the Hollywood actors do. That's what Brad Pitt does. That's what George Clooney does. That's what Heath Ledger did. That's what Chris Hemsworth does. That's what Wesley Snipes does. That's what Denzel Washington does. That's what they all do. It's a form of magic. So. IRL 24/7.